Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Gnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so we are reading about the three modes of material nature. So now Krishna is going to start explaining the different modes. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others. Please understand, this is purer than the others. It's not the purest. Is illuminating, and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Prakasham, meaning it gives light, meaning the person will not remain in darkness. Frees one from all sinful reactions means that because of his knowledge, the person first he ends his doing sinful activities because of the knowledge that he's got. No, but still, this is not the purest, because this also jivas in this mode of goodness also become conditioned. Padnati. They become bound by Sukha Sangena, Gnana Sangena. By the Sangha of Sukha and Gnana. Because of the happiness and knowledge that they have got by their knowledge, because of that, they become bound by that happiness and knowledge, which means that they don't want to go above that. Or they don't want to transcend that. Now, what is this knowledge that is being talked about? This is the Brahma Gnana. What Krishna spoke about in the previous chapters, right? So this Brahma Gnana, knowing that I am Brahman, I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. So then that because I'm not the body, and then there is all the suffering is coming to the body and mind, and I'm not this body, I'm not the mind. So he becomes indifferent towards material happiness and suffering because it's not his. So he's happy. So he's in happiness. So because of this happiness, he thinks that this is the topmost. Of course, not everybody, but generally, the ones conditioned by mode of goodness, they don't want to transcend this. So they remain in this platform thinking, oh, okay, I'm in this Brahman stage, all others are lower, and this is the topmost. So I'm good, satisfied. So these are mostly the Gnanis who come to this stage, right? Who are searching for knowledge, and they come to this platform and they give up the lower modes and they're happy. Mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. So if we have unlimited desires and longings, then we enter into mode of passion, because it is born of unlimited desires and longings. So if somebody has unlimited desires and longings, then he is in the mode of passion. And because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions, because he has unlimited desires. He needs to fulfill them. So he engages in material fruitive actions. Fruitive means wanting some fruit. So these desires, trying to fulfill his desires, the person in mode of passion is just bound to material actions. But the important thing here is he has unlimited desires and longings. So this is mode of passion, and mostly Kali Yuga is mostly full of this people with this mindset, unlimited desires and longings. So we will do an exercise at the end of this session. For those who are attending this session, they can do it. It will give more clarity to yourself. Then mode of darkness, born of ignorance. So basically, first thing is mode of darkness means he has no knowledge of real knowledge of Deha, Atma, and all this. So he's in ignorance. So it's moha, illusion. So be one who is in this mode of darkness is in moha. One who is in tamoguna, because of agnana, he is in moha. And what is the result of this? Madness, indolence, alasya, nidra. Pramada, alasya, nidra. Tannibadnati. So become bound by madness, indolence, and sleep. Now let's see what Prabhupada says about this madness. Ignorance we can understand. Sleep we can understand. Laziness we can understand. What is this madness? Madly accumulating. So death is sure. Still people are madly accumulating money and working hard. This is the madness. This is madness. See, this is why, when this is how we should read Prabhupada's purpose, right? When you don't understand the translation clearly, to understand the translation, we read the purport. And why Prabhupada has written purport? To actually help us understand the translation. So there is connection between every statement Prabhupada is making in the purport to giving a clear understanding of the translation. So madness, meaning running behind material things, accumulating things, etc. Madness. So see, that one, this what Prabhupada is saying here is madly accumulating money and working very hard day and night. No, this is not actually Rajoguna. This level of ignorance, illusion is madness. Then above that is mode of passion, where there is unlimited desires and longings, still is bound to fruitive actions, but this is not this level of madness. So looks like there is some difference. Mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. Passion conditions one to fruitive action. Ignorance binds one to madness. So this madness is the characteristic of ignorance. So passion, maybe it will be interesting to see what Prabhupada is writing about passion. Mode of passion characterized by attraction between man and woman. Okay. Yeah, when mode of passion is increased, one develops the hankering for material enjoyment. Okay, so this is all Prabhupada is saying, this is all normal stuff. He wants some honor in society, he wants to have a happy family with nice children. This is what most people ask, no? These are all this mode of passion. He has to work very hard. So here also there is working very hard. But that working very hard in the ignorance is in no reason. Here there is some reason. Okay, some society, family. There it is a born of illusion. Bounds in order to please children, keep especially one has to work. Mode of passion, one has to consider to be advanced in the side of mode of passion. Yeah, so here there's a little bit sanity in the sense that there is some consideration of society, family, and all this. But in mode of ignorance, it's agnana. Becomes mad, and a man mad cannot understand what is what. Instead of making advancement, one becomes degraded. Under the spell of ignorance, one cannot understand the thing as it is. So everyone can see that his grandfather has died, therefore he will also die. So death is sure. Still, people are madly accumulating money and working hard day and night, not caring for the eternal spirit. So here, I think the biggest difference between passion and ignorance is that there is no understanding of spirit at all. But in passion, there is understanding of spirit, and they want maybe better happiness. So a little bit understanding of spirit, but they still have unlimited desires. They want to go to Swarga like that. So here, this is complete ignorance. Mm. Binds one to madness. Sometimes mode of passion becomes prominent, defeating the other. Sometimes mode of goodness becomes prominent. Sometimes mode of passion becomes prominent. Sometimes ignorance becomes prominent. Prominent in this way, there's always competition for supremacy. Okay. Now, how do we know which mode we are in? Manifestation of mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge. So all the gates are illuminated by knowledge, which means what? Eyes are illuminated by knowledge, ears are illuminated by knowledge. When you say anyway illuminated by knowledge, which means that eyes engage in only those activities which are beneficial, which are on the mode of goodness. Otherwise, for person in the mode of passion, all the gates are illuminated by what? By that unlimited desire. Not illuminated, covered by the unlimited desire or influenced by the unlimited desire. Here it is all influenced by gnana. When there is an increase in mode of passion, great attachment. So this is mode of passion. Fruitive activity. Intense endeavor. This is very important. There's a difference between endeavor and intense endeavor. What is the difference? Can anybody say? How do you know whether you are endeavoring or intensely endeavoring? Any thoughts? How can we know if we are endeavoring or if we are overly endeavoring? Again, this
Pranam,
verse is,
Prabhuji.
just 1 second, Mataji. So
Prabhuji, if
this
the
verse,
mind. Okay, sorry.
just 1 second. So this verse is important because, uh, you know, goodness is a very difficult quality to have in Kali Yuga. Ignorance also is very difficult. Most people, Prabhupada says, they are in mode of passion. So for all of us also, of course, we don't have that inertia, laziness, all that, and also not so much madness, right? So devotees also will not be in ignorance mostly. Little bit of everything will be there, but predominantly even devotees are hugely influenced by passion. So it's important for us to analyze ourselves against these qualities. Yeah, yes, Ruchita Mataji, sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji. If the mind hovers on that thing again and again, then it means
Yes,
we are over
correct,
it.
correct, very good. So if our consciousness is taken away by a particular problem, which is non-devotional, then we are intensely endeavoring. So you have a problem, you can try to find a solution. If you found a solution, then you're done, and then you stop bothering about it. If you didn't find a solution, also you have to stop bothering about it because you know that you tried, you didn't get it, which means that you're not destined to get it at this point of time. But what are we taught in the material world? That keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Then what happens? We keep on endeavoring, and it becomes so intense that we are just thinking about that all the time. So we are not Krishna conscious, we are endeavor or whatever. We are desire conscious, we are problem conscious, we are people conscious, we are work conscious. All this means intense endeavor. We are doing more than required. And uncontrollable desire, meaning, what is uncontrollable desire means? Meaning no rational. And rational doesn't work here. It's just, I want it, that's all. And then hankering also, I absolutely want it. Hankering is excessive greed, excessive desire. So if we have great attachment to anything material, Normally fruitive activity, okay, not much, but there might be some fruitive activity. Doing some work for not higher elevation, but yeah, this life better situation, fruitive activity. Then yes, intense endeavor can be seen. Great attachment can be seen. Intense endeavor can be seen. May not be uncontrollable, but desire. Unlimited desire, one after the other. So these are characteristics of a person who is in the mode of passion. And our goal is to at least transcend, move from mode of passion to mode of goodness, and eventually transcend the mode of goodness as well. So can somebody explain the difference between mode of goodness and transcending mode of goodness? We know all this. I'm just asking so that your understanding becomes clear. Because Krishna is saying Traigunya Vishavedya and Istraigunya Bhavarjuna, that we have to raise above this. So what does it mean?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just a
Yeah.
small attempt. Sattvagun and Vishuddha Sattva. So, mode of transcendence is above the mode of goodness, and where we are completely engaged in devotional service. And mode of goodness means maybe doing good to others, not telling lies, that kind of. Is it, Prabhu?
Yeah. So goodness is Brahman. Goodness is Brahman, stage of Brahman, and bhakti is transcended. And yeah, everything, all this material goodness also can come, but material goodness also sometimes comes in mode of passion, because by doing some kind of goodness in this world, like doing charity, etc., they will be expecting results. So we will discuss all this in 17th, 18th chapter when Krishna is discussing what the different modes are. So there we will be able to more clearly distinguish between goodness and passion. Also, there is a little bit confusion. But yeah. Transcending means that it's just pure devotion. That's all. Nothing connected to this material world. If there is nothing connected with this material world, only connected with Krishna, then it is transcended. We have transcended. If there is still some other considerations, material considerations, then we are in these modes. And we should actually these chapters are very, very important, because we have to identify where we stand today and what we can do to improve our position. You might argue saying that, okay, bhakti is enough, because Bhakti Prabhupada says is so powerful that we can overcome all this. Yes, but we should not fuel some of these qualities if we have. For example, if somebody has intense endeavor quality, we should not fuel it, because then we will not be able to transcend, because we are bound by this. We will just remain in passion for many, many years. So that this understanding, and then why Krishna talks about all those different aspects of a person's life, charity, faith, working, happiness, food, all that, so that it can help us to know where we are stuck. So if we are stuck in mode of goodness, in which quality are we stuck? If we stuck in mode of passion, which all qualities are we stuck in? Ignorance, so on. So that we will have some clear understanding to work on ourselves. We have to work on ourselves, right? Our conditioning, we have to work on that. I've told this multiple times, right? The rules and regulations have been given so that it will help us work on ourselves, so that we don't succumb to at least gross passion and ignorance. That's why these rules and regulations are. And then hopefully we'll come to goodness. And then when we come to goodness, practice of bhakti becomes very effective. It's the influence of the modes of passion and ignorance which result in kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Goodness doesn't result in these problems. So goodness will give us more, stability in our devotion. And then it will help us transcend. So definitely we should transcend passion and ignorance immediately, ASAP. Okay. When there's an increase in mode of ignorance, yeah, again, darkness, inertia, madness, illusion manifested. Okay. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. See, this is not Urdhvam Bachanti Sattvasta, right? It goes to the higher planets of the great sages. Like Brahmaloka, Janaloka, there enjoys godly happiness. See, very important. Malan is significant, means free from the modes of passion and ignorance. See, where great sages and great devotees live. Then those in the mode of passion take birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. So okay, Prabhupada is not explaining what this means. It takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. Now, engaging in fruitive activities means karma bhumi should be back to earth only. But then what this is not explaining is who goes to Swarga. Because the mode of goodness transcends, like, because it goes to higher planets where great sages and devotees like Mahaloka, Janaloka, not Swargaloka. So that is something that I have to see. Yes, then Urdhvamsu Gachanti Sattvasta Madhya Tishtanti Rajasa. Maybe so the some type of people who are in goodness will go to Swarga also. Because they have done so much punya. But Madhya Tishtanti Rajasa, those in the mode of passion, Madhya, they will come back again in human life. That's also what this is saying. Okay, let's see. And those in the mode of ignorance takes birth in the animal kingdom. Adho Gachanti. Could be animal kingdom or lower planets. Result of pious action is pure. Punya is, that's what, punya is in mode of goodness. Sukruta syahuhu. Sukruta. It's called Sukruta. Satvikam nirmalam phalam. So phalam is nirmalam, pure. And it is Satvikam. Pious action. Sukruta. Sukruta means pious action. Action done in the mode of passion results in misery. The result of actions in the mode of passion is misery. Result of action, pious action, is pure. Action performed in mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Sattvat sanjayate gnanam. From mode of goodness, real knowledge develops, which is that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. From mode of passion, greed develops. Lobha, pramada moho tamaso. Pramada, foolishness, madness, illusion, all this develop from mode of ignorance. Yeah, Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvasta. Let's see what Prabhupada is saying. According to the degree of development of mode of goodness. Clearly. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime reason or person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. Yeah, so based on the development of mode of goodness. Mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the mode of goodness and ignorance. Person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in the mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. In the mode of passion, there's also chance of becoming mad in the next life. Ignorance is very, very risky. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species. According to the development of mode of good ignorance, people are brought down to these abominable conditions. So it can be lower species and also lower planets. So Rajasa also there is a risk of going down, so no guarantee. So it's not that if you are in Rajas, then it means that guaranteed you will come back. No, there's also risk. You can go down. Too much of Rajas means you are going towards Tamas. Very interesting. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes, and he knows the Supreme Lord, one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental, he attains my spiritual nature. Okay, so this also is important to understand. One can transcend all the activities of material nature simply by understanding them properly. What is it properly? That there is no other work except the modes, and he should also know the Supreme Lord. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of modes of nature. He is helpless, being in the grip of these modes. But when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body, conducted by some particular mode of material nature. We already discussed this. Soul does nothing. It's all done by the modes. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, he cannot understand in what position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position. And by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is clearly saying what is the role or how should we actually engage with spiritual authorities, Guru, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru. This is what we need to do. We should, by their association, we should see our real position, and by such an understanding, we become fixed. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and the distress, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now Arjuna is asking, what are the quality symptoms of this person who has transcended? What is his behavior? How does he, and how does he transcend? So these two questions. What are the symptoms, behavior, and how does he transcend? So for us, this is the most important answer. Okay, so he who does not hate illumination, does not hate knowledge, does not hate attachment and delusion. Meaning he does not hate Sattva-guna, he does not hate Rajoguna, he does not hate Tamoguna. Or long for them when they disappear. He is not. So if somebody is affected by these qualities, we don't become frustrated because of that. We just okay, it's there, it's there. And when they go, it's not that we are hankering for it. Oh, this attachment I want, which means not influenced by the modes. Right? Unwavering and undisturbed through all reactions. See, this is what I keep saying, right? Brahmabhuta. This is the Brahmabhuta platform. Unwavering and undisturbed. Remaining neutral and transcendental. Knowing that the modes alone are active. We situated in the self. Regards alike happiness and distress. Looks upon everything with an equal eye. Seeing everything is seeing the spiritual spirit in every jiva, or seeing everything which is made of lump of earth, stone, etc. as all material, who is equal toward the desirable and undesirable. steady, situated equally, well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, treats alike both friend and enemy, renounced all material activities. So renounced all material activities. He is transcended. So if we know this knowledge, but still we have not renounced all material activities, then we are in the, we would be possibly in the mode of goodness. So one who is transcended, he is given up material activities. Is renounced. So, and all these qualities are the qualities of Sthita Prajna, more or less. So let's see what Prabhupada is writing. See, when he is in the material body, he is under the influence of the three modes. When he is out of the material body, then he is out of the clutches of the three modes. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. Such a beautiful explanation. When we are out of the material body, then we are out of the modes. When we are in the material body, we are completely caught up by the modes. So who is this person who is transcendental? As long as he is not out of the body, he remains neutral. And Prabhupada is saying that he should engage himself in devotional service so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. See, this is that being without cares. As in, we should just not identify ourselves with his body at all. When one is conscious of material body, acts for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. The qualities of material modes in the body will act, but as the spirit soul self is aloof from such activities. He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. That is why, if any problems, we should not think that, let me get out of it. Because that's also an attachment to not wanting suffering. So this is transcendentally situated. He need not try to become free from the influence of the modes. Yeah. Yeah. So mainly he is not affected by any of these things of the material world, which a materialistic person is affected. Honor, dishonor, heat, cold. He sees everything equally. Enemy, friend, equally disposed. He can attempt anything for Krishna, but for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes actually transcendently situated. So, the only thing I was trying to see here is what is the difference between a person in mode of goodness and who is transcended. That's not coming out very clearly, but at least we are clear what is the position of a person who is transcended. Okay. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaita brahma bhoyaya kalpate. So one who engages in full devotional service, avyabhichareni, meaning unfailing in all circumstances. See, sagunan samatityaita. He transcends the modes. And brahma bhoyaya kalpate comes to the level of Brahman. So just simply by engaging in devotional service, how does Arjuna's question was, how does one transcend? So Krishna is just saying avyabhichareni bhakti, unfailing in all circumstances. This is the important thing. Unfailing means just go on. That's all. Not giving up. He comes to the level of Brahman. So we have to come to this level of Brahman. We are practicing devotion. We have to come to this level of Brahman, of not getting affected by this material world around us. Only then we can achieve bhakti, prema. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the base of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal. The constitutional position of ultimate happiness. Not sure why Krishna is saying this here. Okay, so this is the first stage because he said Brahma Bhuvaya Kalpate, he's saying what is Brahman. Okay. Yeah, see, this attainment of Brahman conception of life is the first stage of in self-realization. At this stage, the Brahman realized person is transcendental to the material position, that's all. But he's not actually perfect in Brahman realization. If he wants, he can continue to stay in Brahman position, then gradually rise to Paramatma and then to realization of Supreme Lord. Yeah. If one is not engaged in devotional service of the Lord, then he has all chances of falling down. Okay. Okay, so with that we conclude 14 chapters. So I'll stop here if there are any questions. Otherwise, I have one exercise for all of you today. If you want, you can do it. Just it'll give us some understanding about where we stand. See, and one more thing I wanted to say, right? So, see, in devotion, one thing we have to be very, very clear, saying that attaining Krishna is not easy. Attaining Krishna is not easy. It's like, somebody who is in KG1 or first standard, for him, 10th standard is difficult, right? Now, if he sees 10th standard and sees all the difficulty and decides saying that, oh, no, it's too difficult, let me not do first standard also, then he's never going to get to the 10th standard. So what is an intelligent student? He says, oh, I'm in first standard, I only know all these things. 10th standard, I need to know all these things. Okay, I will work towards it. That has to be the mindset of a devotee who is serious about achieving Krishna. Because I see many times devotees become somewhat discouraged by seeing the high platform of devotional service. We should understand we are not there because we are still conditioned and we cannot see that and say, I don't want this. So the question is whether we want Krishna or not is the first question that we need to answer for ourselves. If the answer is yes, then we know that, okay, I'm in KG1, I have to go till 10th standard. 10, assuming 10th is achieving Krishna. And we'll slowly and steadily work our way through. So whatever Prabhupada is saying, whatever is being discussed in Bhagavad Gita is to take us to the 10th standard, right? But now all of us, we will be in different standards. Somebody will be in first, somebody will be in second, somebody will be in ninth. We should accept this as in we should know that, okay, I have to go to here, but it's okay. I'm in first, I will first try to move to second. Don't try to jump from first standard to ninth standard and become discouraged. Also, don't become discouraged just in seeing what is expected out of us in 9th standard or 10th standard. It is required, and we will become qualified for that when with ongoing practice. So don't get discouraged. Yesterday also I was giving a class somewhere and devotees were a little bit discouraged. I said, see, we have to know all these things because Krishna is writing, Prabhupada is writing, but we should not be discouraged. We should be encouraged. We become encouraged because actually it's very clearly being mentioned what we need to do. So we just need to work on it. And please understand that without getting to 9th standard, we can't get to 10th standard. Without getting to 8th standard, we can't get to 9th standard. So we have to gradually, step by step, move ourselves upwards. Don't get discouraged. And if it was all so easy to achieve Krishna, everybody would have achieved. And Krishna wants only the gems, right? Out of this, dirt of material world. He wants to take only the gems. Of course, there are already so many gems and so many valuable gems out there in Goloka and Vaikuntha, and we are those unfortunate fallen souls who are still here. And still amongst all jivas also there are gems, and Krishna wants to pick them up. And that gem will go through process, right? If you want to take a diamond will go through a process before it can shine so brightly. It's not that you just take diamond from wherever it is and it'll. So we have to shape ourselves. We have to, and so we have to be patient, and we should be willing. We'll be willing only if we are really eager about achieving the goal. Otherwise, we'll get discouraged. And what if we don't worry about all these rules? We'll remain in first standard. We will not pass at all, right? We will remain in lower standards only. So both are not good. Just ignoring everything is also not good. Just getting too worked up by higher standards is also not good. Both are not good. We have to just know where we are, and we should know we should gradually make progress. That's all. Simple. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an exercise. You can take the rest of Saturday, Sunday, whatever to do this. Okay, make 3 columns in a book. Okay, so let me just show what you need to do. It's a very simple thing. Okay, so open a blank sheet of paper and say, first column is material desires and expectations. Okay, and then you write here 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, this is the first column. Okay, then second column, you write material desires which can help my spiritual progress. Okay, so this is the second, something like this. Okay, so material desires which can help my spiritual progress. So what are some examples of this? Let me give. Okay, then there is a third one which you call spiritual desires or expectations or spiritual expectations. Okay, now make these 3 columns and write down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. Okay, what is the idea of this exercise is to just and be truthful to yourself. You are not showing this to anybody. Okay, it's just for yourself, self introspection. This is because normally devotees don't do that. It's important to do this. Now, can somebody give examples of material desires, expectations? We can all give, right? What can we give? Some promotion, some getting some house, getting some a particular brand of mobile, blah, right? Or reading unwanted material content, some blah blah, right? Like just everything material. Now, none of these are going to help my spiritual progress in any way. They're not going to help, right? Rather, they're going to hold me back. So here, this means Krishna. So you can just assume saying spiritual desires means achieving Krishna. So now these are farthest away from giving us Krishna, these things, right? Now, then there will be some things. Can somebody mute themselves who's unmuted? Okay, so there are some which might be in the middle. There are some in the middle. Can somebody give some examples of some material desires which can help spiritual progress? Don't speculate on this. So some might say that, see, if I get a lot of money, then I'll make spiritual progress. No, that's in the first section. Can somebody give some examples of what are some material desires which might help spiritual progress?
Prabhuji, if like the other, sorry, Mataji can go ahead.
Mataji, please continue, Mataji.
Okay, if the family members come to eating sattvic food, like now they're eating egg rolls and onion garlic, so it would be better.
Okay, so maybe, okay, sattvic food, family eating prasadam, family honoring prasadam. Okay, So like this, like, but don't, so you have to also make sure that you are not converting a material desire into, so you should be very careful moving things from column 1 to column 2. Okay. For example, I'll tell you an example I did in my life. So a few years back, I wanted to buy a new car. Okay. So that buying car was actually here. Okay. Buy new car and big car, new big car. Okay. This was my desire. Now what I did was I didn't like to put this under this first column. I said like this is a fallen condition. So then I tried to move this to the second column. So what I did, I said, I want to buy a new car so I can drive my Guru Maharaj. Okay. Now, for example, I did this. And what is the logical question is how often will you be able to drive your Guru Maharaj in your new big car? Which is once or twice a year, maybe, if you're fortunate. So which means what? I force fit this new car, which was actually here, into this one, saying that by this I'm going to make spiritual progress. So don't do this, right? Don't cheat yourself. I cheated myself. Fortunately, Krishna didn't let me down, right? And then spiritual desires, you all know, right? So you make these three and you see where you stand. And if you need any discussion on these things with me, you can contact me. It's not public. It's not for public discussion, right? Is that okay? Anybody has any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I don't know if I heard it right. You said if you're in the mode of goodness, too much in the mode of goodness, it could bring you down to the mode of ignorance.
No, passion.
Passion. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So anybody has any questions on this exercise? Is this clear? So you can just do this and keep it for yourself, and you can keep redoing this every, whatever, 3 months, 6 months. And if there's anything you want to discuss with me, then you can share and we can discuss. Okay, but it's a very, very powerful exercise. Okay, there's nothing else, then we will close.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, not on this exercise, a question on in the class itself. So,
Yeah.
With respect to passion and goodness, Prabhu, so I saw same things in between, like, in those. So I was little not very sure whether I have understood it right, Prabhu.
Okay.
Specifically on the madness aspect, like where
Madness is in ignorance only. There is no
ignorance.
madness in passion.
And some of the things what we saw in passion, say maybe accumulating wealth or accumulating, that was there in both. In passion was also
That's
there,
what I'm
and
saying. So ignorance, mode of passion is where you have some, like, somewhat like you are just like an ordinary jiva who is just saying, okay, see, I have a family, I need to take care of the family, I have responsibilities, I have to earn money, so I have to work. Like you have desires, okay, like I want to go to, those desires also might not be very gross. Not that I want to earn money because I want to get drunk. I don't want, it's not, the desires themselves are not in the mode of ignorance. The desires are in the mode of passion. It could be like generally for simplistic understanding, family affairs is mode of passion. Ignorance means this person has no reason to live at all, as in it's just like craziness. That is mode of ignorance, meaning he just wants to drink, no responsibility. Is like living like an animal, practically. That is madness. This is not madness, but you're still attached. There is attachment. That word said, no? There is intense endeavor. There is a great attachment to material things, family. All this is passion.
Okay, Prabhu. And related to again passion, some of the things what Prabhupada had mentioned in the translation, right? It also goes back as a duties of Grihastha, right?
Yeah, duties of Grihastha, but if it is unattached, see, the biggest aspect here is great attachment. Intense endeavor. See, a grihastha who is in even the one who is in mode of goodness, he is going to have material responsibilities, but he doesn't get too attached to it, right? Neither his whole life is not just for that. He has other, maybe he'll have higher to do things like, for example, he might want to learn some Sanskrit, or he might want to learn some philosophy, or you might have some music, something. He has some little bit other tastes also might be. No, actually, sorry, I'm wrong. So actually, somewhere Prabhupada writes saying that even a higher end of mode of passion also they have these sophisticated tastes. That is also mode of passion, Prabhupada says. So yeah, mode of goodness means he's like, take a Brahmana, right? He's in mode of goodness. He works, whatever comes by, he's happy. He's not over endeavoring to get, oh, okay, I got only 10 rupees today, I should have got 100 rupees. No, he's not bothered about what he's getting. That's all. He's satisfied with what he's getting, which is not at all the case in person in the mode of passion. Material responsibilities can be there even for a person who is in the mode of ignorance, but he doesn't do anything about it. So the key is about passion is a great attachment. That is a key. Great attachment, unlimited desire, uncontrollable desire, intense endeavor. That is passion. And again, like I said, if we are in passion, it's okay. I mean, my whole life I was in passion. Even today, passion greatly, affects me. But I'm working. I know that this is not good. This is not conducive. This is not going to give me Krishna. So I'm working on it. So don't feel discouraged, disheartened by hearing these descriptions. Saying, oh, unlimited desires. I have so many desires. It's okay. It's okay. The most important thing you should feel happy about is saying that you are in this class and hearing. You're chanting Hare Krishna. You should be extremely happy because of that. Saying, in spite of my passionate nature, somehow by Krishna's mercy, I've come in touch with the devotion and devotees. So always look at there are so many positive things about our position in devotion. And then everything else is just brighter side only. Any progress from here is going to be better and brighter and bigger, taking us closer to Krishna. So feel encouraged.
Prabhu. One more question, Prabhu, if time permits. Okay. So now, when living entities are driven by different modes of passions at different situations.
No. Different modes of nature, not different modes of passion. Living entities are driven by different modes of nature. So somebody will be driven by mode of goodness, somebody mode of passion, somebody mode of ignorance. And like Krishna has already told, sometimes some mode takes up upper hand. Like for example, even in the night when we are sleeping, mode of ignorance takes over. There's no activity then. Right?
Yeah.
So like that.
Okay. And in that instances, Prabhu, for each of this, what is that we should do on a spiritual platform to get away with it? Say,
Bhakti, that
maybe
already Ananya Vibhicharini Bhakti. The answer to all
that is
getting
the
out of
only
any
one.
mode is to do Avibhicharini Bhakti. See, like I already said, we should do devotion. We should not fuel our modes. We should not fuel our modes, which means that if we are in the mode of passion, not that we add more ghee to that mode of passion. We should restrain ourselves from things which are going to pull us down further. For example, if somebody is working 16 hours a day, it's not good, because it's going to drag you down to ignorance. So a surrendered devotee, that's why Prabhupada in the purport says, a surrendered devotee will transcend the modes. Why? Because he surrendered, he'll do Anukulisa Sankalpa. He'll do, no. This 16 hours working a day is not conducive for my devotion. So I'm going to reduce it. And he'll find another job. He will do whatever. Of course, some temporary situations might be there in life. And again, a surrendered devotee, if you're not surrendered, no problem. Wait till you get surrendered. Okay, but at least don't fuel your mode of passion. Don't become more passionate than what you are. At least your mode of passion should remain same. Okay, last year also this much, this year also is this much. But if you have actually started practicing devotion by just the power of chanting, if you are chanting properly, your mode influence of the mode should have naturally reduced. Naturally. And it will keep reducing year after year.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, anyway, so we will discuss a lot more about the modes in the coming chapters also. So you will get a better understanding. But see, Krishna says actually more or less this is the knowledge. If we understand, then we will become freed from the modes, because we know how the modes are actually driving us down. Whatever we are thinking, whatever is coming out of our mind today as material thoughts, which might not be very conducive to devotion, is just our modes. For example, if somebody has a challenge with, say, whatever, their work, or somebody has a challenge with some family, or somebody has a challenge with whatever, any aspect of devotion, and mind is saying, see, I'm stuck here, maybe I can't make much progress. No, this is just your mind dragging you down. Mind, we should say, yes, okay, we are in this position, no problem. Bhakti is so powerful. I will keep practicing bhakti. I will transcend these problems. It may take time, but that is Krishna's desire. That okay, everybody? Because these modes are terrible. I mean, we are just thinking that we are saying whatever we are saying, but it's actually being driven by the modes. Till we come to the transcendental platform, we are not saying what we are saying. Because we are not able to use our free will. We are just being driven by our modes. Each of us might be attached, excessively attached to something materially, and that's all just the mode. You should just remember saying that it's those ropes that have bound me which are making me behave like this. But that's not me. That's not me, because I am the Atma and I'm not this. So we'll discuss more. Okay. So I'll conclude. Somebody's at the door. I have to open. Okay. So we'll meet again Monday. Krishna willing. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.